Hey fam, I thought I would do a really quick try on and first impressions and review of the new to me DIOR palette in Blue Velvet. This came out close to 6 to 8 months ago, and I'm just getting this now because I'm trying to pace my purchases. And what finally pushed me to get this is that I really love blues and palettes, and I'm particular about the types of blues I get. And I also realized that this was likely a limited edition quad, so I wanted to go ahead and purchase this. So it's new to me, but it's not new on the market. I had to find this actually not on the in a different vendor, so it's not currently available on the DIOR website. I only found it at Dillard's. So if you are interested in this quint, I would say do not wait as long as I did, because it's likely that this might be taken off the shelves for purchase. I have a running list of makeup that I always want to get. I check once in a while on this list that I have of online to see if it's on sale, but then I noticed it was starting to disappear from stock. The number of this quint is 189 Blue Velvet. And again, I wasn't able to get this at the DIOR website. I have seen this in person at some Nordstrom's, so you might want to check that out. And I just love it. It's kind of like this gray blue color, and there's different types of blues. So I really love that it's more like a traditional kind of cool blue, and obviously I'm wearing something to match that. And I'm finding that these blues and purples are becoming kind of my favorite colors, along with green, for eyeshadows. Why don't I just go ahead and swatch some of this right now for you. And that is what the color story looks like. I do some swatches here. These are the swatches. Definitely very cool. So these are more the satin frosty ones. This looks like a traditional matte. This is like a purple mauve color, very cool. And then it looks like the bottom two ones are matte, so dark, deeper matte blue, and then a dark navy blue. Details of my makeup are always below in the description box, along with my closest foundation matches. So today I have as a primer actually the Live Tinted Hue Guard, which is a 3-in-1 mineral sunscreen, moisturizer, and primer with broad spectrum SPF 30. So I have that on as my primer and skin prep. And then I'm using, as always, my Cle De Peau O40 Beauty BF50 and Tan Buff. And I'm trying to use this. I'm going to try to use this almost every day this rest of August into September, because I can only use this in the summer months when I have my tan on. So I have that already. My eyes are prepped. My face is already powdered down for the most part. I've been really loving my Hakuhodo brush, and it's the J5523. And I have had this for quite a while. I actually have this, I got this brush even before a lot of my Sony G brushes. And I can't remember what blogger it was, but it was somebody who did a review on Hakuhodo who has hooded eyes. And I think there are certain fan favorites of Hakuhodo. Particular blogger did recommendations on these brushes based on people who have smaller eyelids or hooded eyelids. So I ended up getting them. I just love this. This is just here. This is a clean brush, and it gets in this area really well. It's goat hair brush, and it's, I know Sony G, she gets her brushes made also in Japan, but there's something about this that it's, because it's smaller and it's more dome shaped, that it gets in this crevice here really well. So I'm gonna go into this like purpley cool tone mauve shade here, the one with the DIOR embossing. So that's what it looks like. And then using that as kind of my crease shade. And because I have hooded lids, it's best if I go not directly on where my crease is, but actually higher than my crease, because I want to take advantage of the space above my crease because I have hooded lids. Otherwise, if I don't take advantage of that space up there, it's basically that the eyeshadow gets lost in this fold here, and then a lot of it you cannot see on the look when my eyes are even open. And so everyone who has hooded eyes has different types of hooded eyes. So this is what works for me in my hooded eye shape. I do have a little space up here that you can see. So I'm just working with how my eye shape is. So you can see I'm just trying to use that space up here. Okay, and I'm just brushing off this brush on a cloth so it's pretty clean. I think I'm going into this shade here, which I believe is this one. So these three up here are more of like a satin. So there's like a little bit more of a frosty, not frosty, there's just, it's not a flat matte. Oh, that's so pretty, those two colors together. So pretty. I was worried this palette was going to be too frosty blue, but it's a different type of blue. It's just, it looks really elegant. And I should not have doubted Dior. I don't know why I did that. So it's that basically this is two shades. And for the purposes of the video, I will use all the shades just so you can see them, but I could be done with this and just use liner. One of my favorite brushes, which is the mini booster from Sonia G. I love this mini booster for me because I have hooded eyelids, and you can see I'm just packing it here, trying to look ahead. And when you have hooded lids, it's best to open your eyes and look straight ahead. And I'm actually using compact mirror so I can see more details of my look. And I'm just really concentrating on that area for depth. And I'm trying to run some of that up across this area here. Try not to tap, but I just did that. The colors are blending really wonderfully. And I think why I hesitated with this palette is that sometimes blues and matte blues and purples can be challenging to work with, but I'm not finding that to be the case with this palette. Okay, so I'm gonna stop because sometimes I overly smoke things out. Take a clean Hakuhodo brush and use this just to blend the colors a bit. And this is a squirrel hair brush. And you just need to take any sort of clean brush to blend out the eye look a little bit. So sometimes I feel like I've lost a little bit of that purple up there. So I love this Hakuhodo J146 brush. So I'm going, it's a very thin brush, and it got a great point on there for precision. Again, this was one of the brushes recommended for those with hooded eyes. So going back into that muted, cool mauve shade and just really putting it on the point of that brush, and then kind of going over that area again in that crease area just so I can lay down the color again up there. Just to emphasize some of that blue. So what's great is like, I can see when this purpley mauve, well, when this color is hitting this color, some parts of the purple are coming through. It looks really cool. I don't know if you can see that. I'll turn off this light. There. It's getting blown out a little bit. So it's really beautiful. It's almost like a subtle purple with that blue. What I'm going to do with that deepest dark shade is grab a flat definer from Sonia G. It's one of my favorite kind of pencil brushes, and it has this really pointed tip, and not taking too much because sometimes I overdo that. I'm just taking some of that to add some depth and definition across top of my eyelid. What's so great about these quints and smaller palettes, some people don't like these because it's so prescriptive on how you're supposed to use them. But for me, I like smaller palettes, quints and quads, because I don't have to think too much of the color story of where I'm going to lay things down. Some people don't like that. They want a little bit more variety, but that's just where I am in my life of where I do my makeup. Okay, soft definer, Sony G, and I've pretty much finished the top. I'm going to run again this mauve color and run it along the lower lash. Smoke out my eye a little bit. The Sony G Builder 1 brush. I actually do want to take this and see what happens. Yeah, that's nice. The more color I put down there, the depth, it kind of closes my eyes, whereas like I like my eyes to look bigger. So you can even see on this side, like when you build some dimension down there, it actually does make your eyes look bigger. But I also don't want to age my eye. So there's that. Really pretty. So it kind of opens up my eye. Taking off this flat definer brush and then going into this deeper shade. And I'm just going to add some depth here, just on the outer third right here. And I'm not actually using this deeper one because it's almost too deep. This one, again, it's clean, and I'm just kind of blending those in. So the last thing I'm going to do, and we're almost done, this is what's so great about these quints. I'm grabbing a penciled pro brush by Sony G and going into that silver shade. And then popping this on my inner corner highlight. It's like a gray blue silver, okay. Nice. And then seeing if we can put some here. Taking a clean Wayne Goss 03 brush and then just blending out all the edges. Okay, so that is one eye look on this eye, and then I'll finish the other one and I'll come back. Okay, so I'm back. I finished both eyes and I used the MAC Giga Black tubing mascara on my bottom lashes and the Chantecaille Faux Seals mascara on top. Eyeliner, I used Sisley's Waterproof Mystic Blue, and it's this kind of beautiful matte blue. And so that is what is on my eyes. I think, and I have just like a little bump here, so that's not anything with the makeup. I think this look is beautiful. I am so happy I got this quint. I had hesitated because I thought this might be a dupe for ones I have already. So I don't think I have anything like this in my collection. I'm just grabbing some more of this just to even out the look. I think with these type of looks, you do have to double check to make sure, like in terms of symmetry, that it's balanced. I think I did a pretty good job of balancing that out. So just kind of looking at this, I ended up using all the colors of this quint, but I don't think one needs to use all colors. I think it's really beautiful. I think if I were gonna go into work in real life, I could wear this, or if I wanted something a little dialed back, I could just use 2 to 3 colors. But I definitely think it's really a beautiful palette. What I love about DIOR quints are that they're really easy to use. You don't have to be a makeup expert or a pro at using these quints. They're pretty much laid out for you in that one could use these 3 colors, these for deeper at night, and there's even instructions, or you could go across and use that or this. So there's actually a couple of looks that you can go. You just basically use the quint design, or you could use these 3 or these 3, or use all 4. So there's different variations you can use on these quints. I used to get DIOR back in 2018 when they had quints, and they just the formula didn't last very long. It wasn't anything remarkable. They at that time, I would say they're kind of like on par with less than Chanel eyeshadow quads, But since Dior has reformulated their eyeshadows, I just think they're probably some of the easiest and probably the nicest quints and quads on the market in terms of ease of use, and just really that they're really elegantly curated color stories. So I'm really happy I got this quint, and I just think this edition, depending on how much you put in and your skin tone or undertone, I think this is really, really beautiful. This kind of purpley, mauvey, cool toned color. Because so on me, it ends up being presents a little bit purpley, so it's almost like a purpley blue. So I think it's just so beautiful. I don't know if I would have thought to add that into this color story. I'm gonna put on some lipstick and some blush and then finish up the look.